Hi viewers and my dear students, welcome to the online classes. First of all, good morning to everyone. Today discuss about that 8th class mathematics. So in this 8th class maths textbooks, today discuss about that 10th chapter, direct and inverse proportional. Direct and inverse proportional. Guys, you are observe in this heading actually two definitions are there. One is a direct proportional, another one is a inverse proportional. But according to your textbook, one more proportional is there, that is a compound proportional. First let us discuss about that direct proportional and inverse proportional. After we will be discuss about that compound proportional. Okay guys, come to the point. See, direct proportional. If x and y are in the ratio direct proportional of two quantities, here x and y are in a direct proportion, the two quantities varies in the same ratio. That means if one quantity is divided by another quantity, we will get that one constant term, that is k. K here is called a constant. So here y is division this side, and that side is multiplication, x is equal to ky, is the original form of the direct proportional. Suppose in this case you can write this one, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. What is the meaning of this one? y1, y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values of x1, y1 are the values of x respectively. So this definition under leave it. Now I will explain that generally. Guys, first I take it the two quantities. This is a black marker, this is a blue marker. These two quantities are there. Suppose I have the blue marks is x, and the same and simultaneously I have the take it that black marker y. So how many marks I take it? The two markers. One is a x, another one is a y. So these two quantities, one quantity depends on other quantities depends on that first one quantity. Okay guys, this is the first, x is the first quantity, y is the second quantity. The second quantity depends on that first quantity depends on the second quantity. Second quantity also depends on that first quantity, and that means the mutually two are the depends. Okay, suppose the first quantity is gradually increases, and the simultaneously the second quantity is also gradually increases. Is it clear? First quantity gradually decreases, suppose the second quantity is gradually also decreases. Is it clear? Once again remember that. Now I have taken the two quantities, one quantity is the x, another quantity is y. So this mutually one relation is there. What the relation? Suppose x quantities gradually is increases, and the simultaneously y quantities also increases. X quantities gradually decreases, in the simultaneously y quantities also decreases. So one quantity is increases, at the same time the second quantity is also gradually increases. One quantity is gradually decreases, at the same time the second quantity also gradually decreases. So according this relation to in the mathematically directly proportional. So how do you write in the symbolic form? That's one, x is proportional to y. Is it clear? So here what the symbol is indicated in this case? So directly proportionality. X is increases, at the same time y is also increases. Y is decreases, at the same time x is also decreases. So how to represent that relation of in mathematics? That is a directly proportional. So, x is directly proportional to y. How to remove this one? X equal to k on into y. What is the meaning of the k? K is a constant. K is a constant. Is it clear? So, here k, the y is multiplication this one, send that side, x by y is equal to k is called a same ratio. X by y, the two quantities are ratio form, you get that one of the number, that is called constant. Now guys, in this x, I take it the two values in this corresponding values of in this x, that means small x1 and small x2 is belongs to capital X. Small y1 and small y2 is belongs to capital Y. That means x and y are the values of correspondingly to the capital X, and y1, y2 the values corresponding of y. That one you can write guys, x1, see this one you apply here, see x1 by y1, so x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2. So these points are keep your mind. This is very important, this chapter. So how to define this direct proportionality? Simple logic. You have to take it the two quantities, one is x, another one is y. That's one ratio have the same. The quantity ratio have the same. That means x is directly proportional to y. X equal to ky. Here k means constant. So simply that's when you write x by y is equal to k, x by y is equal to k. Now you take the two different quantities of corresponding in x, and now you take it the two values y1, y2 corresponding in the y. That one you can write x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. This form is called a direct proportional. This form indicates a direct proportional. Is it clear? Now come to that next point. This is a inverse proportional. Inverse proportional. In this case, I have taken the two quantities. One is a x, another one is a y quantities. In these two quantities, I write on the blackboard the two quantities x and y. See this one. This is one quantity, this is another quantity. So suppose this quantity is, just you are guessing, imagination, increases. This two quantities same level. Suppose this quantity gradually increases, and the same simultaneously this quantity is gradually decreases. One is increases, another one decreases. Suppose this one is increases and the simultaneously this one is a decreases. So one is increases, one is decreases. This type of relation in mathematics is a inversely proportional. So here the two, I am taking the two quantities, one is a x quantity, another one is y quantity. So these two are, one is increases, at the same intensely this one is a decreases. As x is, suppose the first quantity is decreases, suppose this is a increases. So that situation, that relation you have to take it in the mathematically inversely proportional. How? See, x is inversely proportional 1 by y. Is it clear? So this one remove. How? X is equal to k into 1 by y. Here what is the meaning of k? Constant. What is the meaning of k? Constant. Guys, here k is, y is divisible, this one, that side is multiplication, xy is equal to k. It's a indicate of the relation inversely proportional. Inversely proportional. So how to write this one? You can write x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. This one means, please guys, that's one means x1 y1 is that corresponding values in that x, y1 y2 values corresponding in y. Is it clear? So the finally, you keep your minds, 4 points. Directly proportional, x is directly proportional to y. That situation you take it, x by y is equal to k. What is the relation of this one? x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. This point keep your mind. It's enough. Come this point. Inversely proportional. X is inversely proportional to 1 by y. Is it clear? So x equal to k of 1 by y. xy is equal to k, clear. This one you can write x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. These points are keep your mind. Okay. Now okay. So next part, next video discuss about the compound proportional. In this session discuss about that work out the sums. Okay. First I read the question on the blackboard. Page number 234 page. Question example 1. Example 1, if the cost of 65 tea packets of the same size is 2600 rupees, what is the cost of 75 such packets? Okay. Right, guys. First we read some carefully. The cost of 60 tea packets of the same size. So each and every packet size have same. How many packets? First take it 65 packets. The 65 packets cost here given 2600 rupees. Next one. What is the cost of 65 such packets? The same packets, the same size of packets. 75 I want. How much cost is paid? Clear? So in this first you find out how many items are there in this sum. So 2, one is the tea packets, next one is a cost. The all tea packets are same size. All tea packets are same size. Keep this point in your mind. Don't forget. So number of tea packets and cost, total cost. This one relation what? It's a directly proportionality or inversely proportionality. First your identification. Guys, now I do the solution of this sum. I frame one of the table. In the table your identification first. Number of tea packets. Number of tea packets. Okay. Next one, cost. Guys, see. I frame one table. Okay. According to the question, how many packets are first given? 65 packets. So 65. The 65 tea packets are same size. What the cost? The cost in the rupees 2600 rupees. Okay, it's clear. Next one point, how many packets want? 75 packets I want. 75 packets. Is it clear? So this one is question mark. Guys, just you observe, here the two quantities are there. Number of tea packets, one of the quantity you are considering. The second one, cost. cost of the tea packet, that is the second quantity. So this tea packets you say X, cost you say Y. So how many quantities are there? Two quantities, one is X, another one Y. What is the relation of X and Y? First you check it. 65 packets cost 2600 rupees. Guys, please guess it. 75 tea packets, same size. 75 tea packets cost will be increasing or decreasing? Yes, very good, increasing. So guess it, this one 65 to 75, X quantity increasing. Yes, 75 to 65 to 75, that means X quantities gradually increases. Good. As the simultaneously cost is also increases. Very good. The two quantities are increases. That means that is directly proportional or inversely proportional? Directly proportional. X is directly proportional to Y. As immediately remember that X is directly proportional to Y, that means X is equal to K into Y. This one you write X by Y is equal to K. Keep this point in your mind. Now you can write what you can write? x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2. This is the directly proportional formula. Okay, is it clear? Now see, in this x1 65 x1, this is x2, this is a y1, this is a y2. y2 is a question mark. y2 is a question mark. Guys, already have completed the justly. x1 y x2 are corresponding values of x. y1 y2 are corresponding values of y. So these values all are substitution in this formula. You get that which one you want, that's value you get it. Now I do that one. See, is equal to x1 value is 65 by y1 value 2600 equal to is x2 value 75 by y2. Guys, already 7th class simple equations is there. In this one of the equation is formed. In this equation, this part is called LHS part, this one part is the RHS part. In the between one symbol is there, that is the equality symbol. Now you apply that one equality symbol, immediately apply operation cross multiplication. So that's one 65 into y2 equal to 2600 into 75. In this 65 is multiplication of y2. Send that side. Therefore, y2 equal to 2600 into 75 by 65. Now your simplification, that's one. How to simplification, that's one, guys. See which table? 5 table. 5 table, how many times this is one cancelled? Or 13 table, choice is yours. So this is a 13 table is cancelled 5 times. 5 13s are 65. Again this how many times is cancelled? 2 times. 13 2s are 26. Here the zeros are there. Is it clear? Again this 5 how many times is cancelled? 40 times. Therefore finally y2 is equal to 40 into 75. Leave it at 0, just your multiplication with 4 of 75. So how much is get it? 4 5s are 20, 0, 2. 4 7s are 28 plus 2, 30. Here already one 0 is there, the 0 is bring down. So that is a y2 value is equal to 3000 rupees. What the meaning of y2? The cost of 75 tea packets. Therefore, the cost of 75 tea packets is 3000 rupees. The sum is over. Is it clear, guys? It's very easy. When it is very easy, first you find out the relation. It increases, decreases, you find out, easily do it. That's one. Next one. Right. Next question. Fourth question. Example 4. If a pipe can fill a tank of capacity 50 liters in 5 hours, then how long will it take to fill a tank of capacity 75 liters? Yes. Guys, please study the question. First you find out what the relation of that one. A pipe can fill a tank with capacity 50 liters in 5 hours. Just you guess it, one pipe is there, here the pipe is there, suppose you are guess it. Here pipe is there. So water. Here tank is there. Suppose this is a tank. This is a tank. This capacity is a 50 liters. So this pipe is fulfill of this tank. That capacity is 50 liters. How much time taken? 5 hours. 5 hours. So, but tank capacities will be increases. Suppose this tank capacities will be increases. This is a 75 liters. That situation time is increases or decreases, it will be definitely take the time increases. So, what is the relation? 50 liters time taken 5 hours, 75 liters the time taken is definitely increases. So, it's what type of model is there? Directly proportional model is there. Okay, first you write that how you frame the test. Just one of the small table solution, guys. So first here write that capacity mentioned in the letters, next one time in hours. Okay, put in the box. Now see, right. It's right. Please, what is the values are given? Fulfill of with columns. Liters, you want 75 liters. This one time taken 5 hours, but it's not there. That's one question mark. So guys, this one capacity you say x, this one y. What is the relation between the x and y? Already find out. X is directly proportional to y. X is equal to ky. Yes. So, x by y is equal to k. Immediately you can write that one. You can write x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Put in the box that's one. So, this one is x1, x2, y1, y2. x1, x2 is belongs to that corresponding values of x, and y1, y2 these values are corresponding belongs to this y. So these all values are substitution in this formula, you get that values. So x1 value is 50, 50 by y1 value 5, 5 equal to x2 value here 75, write that's value by y2 is unknown value, bring down. So in this two fractions are there, the two fractions you are apply that cross multiplication. So 50 into y2 is equal to 75 into 5. Okay guys, next one, this 50 is a product of y2, send that side is a device, so y2 equal to 75 into 5 by 50. So now simplification, that's one, you know 5 table, this one is a 5 times, this one is a 10 times. So y2 is equal to 75 by 10. 10 means in the denominator 10 number, that's why simply write 7.5 liters. Sorry, that is a time hours, 7.5 hours. That means 7 1 by 2 hours. So how long will taken to fill the tank capacity 75 liters? 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours taken to fill the tank, the capacity is a 75 liters. Is it clear? Okay. Now I do one more sum. Okay. Very important sum. Page number 236, 11th question. The average age of consisting daughters and lawyers is 40 if the doctor's average age is 35 and the lawyer's average age is 50. Find the ratio of the number of daughters to the number of lawyers. Okay, very important question guys, this one. In the question given the competition oriented also, I mean Polytechnic, APRGC, this type questions are definitely given. Guys, see the average age of consist of daughters and lawyers. In this sum, two numbers are there. So one is a daughter, another one is a lawyer. The two numbers average is there. The average is equal to 40. If the daughter's average age is 35, the lawyer's average age is 50. Find the ratio, the number of daughters and the number of lawyers. This main theme of in this question. Guys, how many numbers of daughters are there in the sum? It's not mentioned. That's one you have to take it that X. So lawyer is mentioned in the sum, not mentioned. That's one you take it that Y. Right? See, I do the solution. The page is divided two parts. In this side, daughter case I write. In this case, lawyer case. So now first I take it the letter, the number of daughters be X. Let the number of by. Guys, your 5th class standard, you learned one formula, average formula. Yes, anyone guess it? Yes, good. Average is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. Yes? Observations. Guys, suppose you know this value. You know this value. This one is a unknown value. So, this one value how to find out? This is divisible by unknown value. Send that side average into number of observations is equal to sum of, sum means you take the total or sum, anyone no problem, sum of observations. Is it clear? Is it clear? So, here the number of observations is divisible this one, this is this and this side, average into number of observations. Clear? Now, you get that sum of observations. Same logic apply here. How? Already given, see the average, the daughter's average age is 35. Right here, the average age of daughters 35. That total age of daughters. Simply logic apply here. Average age is equal to 35, guys, is equal to, this is the unknown values, total of daughters, total age of daughters by number of daughters. Number of daughters here, take it. How many numbers you have take it? X. So, this place you write that X. X and this side 35 into X. You get that sum of observation. Sum of observation means here total age of daughters. So, 35X. Is it clear? The same apply here. Already given, see guys, the average age of lawyers, the average age of lawyers is equal to how much? 50. Now I want a total age of lawyers. How to get? This 50 into multiplication with y. So 50y. Is it clear? Now see, one more point is already given in the sum. What this one? The average age of consists of daughters and lawyers. By the problem, average age of daughters, D for daughters, L for lawyers, equal to how much? 40. Yes. What is the average formula? Total of observations by number of observations. That's the average formula. Total of observations by number of observations. So, in this case, you have taken the daughters and lawyers. Daughters total is 35x. Lawyers total is 50y by number of observations. Here, number of daughters x, number of lawyers y is equal to how much is given? 40. Is it clear, guys? Once again repeated, that's one. Average age of daughters and lawyers is given 40. Already I have all are prepared in this C. Average means sum of observations by number of observations. In the sum case, you take it the total is no problem. Sum and total both are the same words in this situation. So, average means total of age of daughters, after the total age of daughters 35x plus total age of lawyers 50y by number of observations. Here in this case daughters and lawyers. So the number of daughters how many? X. The number of lawyers how many? Y. So x plus y is equal to 40. So this term totally send that side. It's acting on divisible here. 35x plus 50y equal to 40 of x plus y. Now see 35x plus 50y is equal to, you apply distribution law, 40 of x plus 40 of y. 35x plus 50y is equal to 40x plus 40y. Y terms are sent one side, x terms are sent other side. So simply that's one, 35 50y minus 40y, this is sent this side, this one sent that side, 40x minus 35x. Now this is 50y minus 40y, 10y, this is a 5x. So 5x is equal to 10y. Now y is sent this side, 55x by y is equal to 10. The 5 is sent this side. So x by y is equal to 10 by 5. This is 5 tables cancel one time, this is the 2 terms, x by y is equal to 2 by 1. That means x is to y is equal to 2 is to 1. In this case how many daughters are there? Only 2 daughters. How many lawyers are there? Only 1 lawyer. So finally the number of daughters is 2, the number of lawyers is 1, the ratios. Okay, clear? The sum is over. Yes, in this session discuss about the sums. Next session we will discuss the remaining sums. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching my video.